Well, hi there everyone, and welcome back to Feed the Beast Monster. I'm here back on top of this thing, my MFFS mining machine, because I thought you might like to see that it is doing really quite well. We have managed to dig up quite a gouge out of the world, and it looks like we are missing the odd block. May need some more tuning. But yes, as you can see, we have dug a huge hole now, which is just absolutely going on forever. Actually, for comparison, I haven't done this, but let's hop over, if we can get past this incredibly difficult tree, hop over to that other quarry, and take a quick look and see how far that's got on, because to be honest, I don't have a clue. And I did set them running at approximately the same time, so this could be a really nice comparison. If only it didn't take me 3 hours to get there. So, ooh, don't fall into that. So yeah, this is how far the quarries got in the same time. Which isn't bad, I guess. It is cutting out a much, much wider area. But it does mean that all we have so far pretty much is a load of dirt. Anyway, so what is the plan for today? Well, today we are falling into horrible poisonous slowness water yuck. That would be the bad plan for today. Oh, that is so annoying. Enough, thank you. The good plan for today is that we are going to do something slightly new, like get stuck in a tree, because that is fun. We can call the fire brigade and pretend we are a cat. But no, we are going back into the factory. Let's just hop over here and go back into the overworld. Very, very slowly, apparently. I don't know why this is taking quite so long to hop. Apologies for that. Where it sounds like it is raining. It rains so much in this jungle. Why did I ever build a castle in the jungle? I have no idea. Right, let's go, let's go. Right, today I want to build something new because I'm pretty soon going to be once again expanding my castle. Especially my castle walls, which means I'm going to be doing quite a bit of building. I want something which is going to help me with my building, but not a machine or anything like that. What I want is another one of these. This is my ender pouch. This ender pouch puts things into my ME system. So I can just, for example, drop the wheat in and it's now in the ME. What I want is something which can easily get things out of the ME system. A diamond just went through there, didn't it? 16 diamonds. But not, you know, like a remote access or something. I want an ender pouch. What I want is a pouch which is specifically full of things which I commonly build with. So things like stone bricks, stone stairs, the stone slabs out there, glass. Just those things which I need and which automatically refills itself. Now you might think that using, what's in here, 11 of those, using the Applied Energistics mod, that would be really easy. But it turns out that it's actually really quite difficult, or at least a little bit awkward. Because there is no part of the Applied Energistics system which will say, put one stack of this into a chest and put one stack of something else into a chest and maintain those levels. So that's really quite awkward. But there is a way to do it, and here is how you do it. You start by going into Applied Energistics. And what we want is another ME controller. This is very laggy today and I have no idea why. The ME controller requires advanced processors. I just put a load of advanced processors in there. What? The basic processors are there, but I also put in... I am really confused. Because I left a pair of advanced processors to be made in here. They were made in here and I put them in with the basic ones. And I never took them out. So what on earth is going on? I'm just plucking these out and putting them back. Well, apparently they're not here. I have no idea where they are because I definitely made them. We should be able to make some up though. Not by doing that, but by making up some of these. We should be able to make a couple of those, no problem, and just chuck them in the furnace, but that's really stupid. I have no idea what has happened there. Never mind. Right. Let us carry on. Another thing which we are going to need is an ender chest, which we don't have. That is not really part of this mod. Whilst we are here, let us look at buses. We are going to need some precision buses. We've got one precision export bus, which is pre-configured. We also need a basic export bus, if you please. Actually, we need a precise export bus, or whatever they're called. So we're going to need... We've got enough to make 3 of those. That will be enough just to demonstrate, I think. Although, do we have the stuff to make those? Do we ever have the stuff? 11 of those. This computer feels very laggy today, and I have absolutely no idea why, because nothing has changed on it, so I can only apologise. Some of those, and then we want to combine those with the processors. To make up a load of the precision ones. That is good. I also want some level emitters, which I assume that we don't have in here. Level emitters, which are... You have seen this be made plenty of times, for which I apologise, but I am just waiting for those things to be cooked up. We're probably going to need 7 of these. Get those advanced processors out. Pop them in and make up our controller. Pick out some conduits, because I assume that we have absolutely no conduit, actually. I shall have to double check that. And what else do we need? We have everything that we need. We need a storage bus. Do we have a storage bus? One storage bus. And the ender chest, which is the thing that we didn't have. Hopefully we still have stuff in here to make it. We are out of chests, of all things. Strange thing to be out of, but there we go. One ender chest. Now I'm going to recolour this, because I have this system, I think, where something with white in the middle is an input and something with black in the middle is an output. Something like that. I want dyes, don't I? So, black, what colours shall I use? Brown is a very building-ish colour, I think. I don't particularly know why I did it like that. So black in the middle, brown either side. That looks building-ish and is our ender chest. Okay, let's dig this all up and head off downstairs, although can I quickly just whack together... I can't whack together any conduit just at the minute, that's fine. Let's see what I can do with what we have. So I'm going to probably have to build this in the wrong place and then alter it, which is fine. How much conduit do I have? 2. 2 is really not enough, is it? that is making me up jungle wood. That is fine. I shall just dig this out just for now. I can replace it at a later date just because I need a bit of conduit. Some fool has left his crescent hammer in the old tower, hasn't he, where he put it in a... oh, what was it called? One of those bibliocraft things. No, that's not what I want to do. That is much more like what I want to do. Block placement, why do you hate me? Right, here we go. We can now plug in a bit of energy. This will obviously be the energy running in to the bottom of the controller. In fact, there's absolutely no reason why the controller can't be down there underground. I don't actually need to see it. So we now have a secondary ME controller. This will be a second, completely separate ME system. I'll just have to make sure I don't combine the two in any way. And what I want to do is put in a storage bus. Now we've used... oh, I need my crescent hammer. Okay, let's run and get the crescent hammer. Which I put in here, did I not? You need an empty hand to open it. Thank you. Okay, down back here again, not there, it's here. And flick this upwards. Before we've used these storage buses and configured them to tell them what they are allowed to hold. If I don't actually put anything in there, this ME system will have absolutely anything which is in that ender chest. Now, this will get very messy very quickly. So here is what we are going to try to do. This is going to get very messy very quickly. So I can only actually use this to put 3 things in if I do it like that. 4 if I go around the back. What I'm going to do is put this in, and then I'm probably going to have to change everything to make it look nice off camera. I am going to also need some ME cable. So basic ME cable we probably do have. That is basic ME cable. Can I turn this into, for example, brown? How do you do that? You just use a piece of brown dye. That's absolutely fine. The idea with having coloured cables is that they will not connect with the basic cable if you put them next to each other. So I can keep the two systems completely separate. But I believe they will still connect up with those things. I sincerely hope they do. Right, so what we are going to do is we are going to pop down export buses connected to our main ME system. My mouse has started double clicking again for no obvious reason, probably the lag. And one on the top. I assume we can put one on the top. You're not allowed to put one on the top, are you? Okay, that is annoying, but if that's the way you're going to be, that's the way you're going to be. This is something that probably should really be built right in the middle of the room. So, we have this system down here. So let's just have a quick test with our other ME cables. And hopefully this will connect onto that. It has, that's good. But we don't want it to connect onto that. We might actually have to run this one out the back. Going like that, and like that. We're also going to run one out of the front. I'm making the world's worst mess here. Just rip all the flooring up. Like I don't care. So we're going to run a bit of ME cabling down here. And up here as well. That might be one piece too many, but that's fine. So here we have our precision export bus. Here we have a level emitter which is connected to this machine. So what I am going to do is connect a level emitter here onto this. So this has turned brown apparently. I don't exactly know how those will interact. But to make sure they don't, I'm going to flip this around that way. So this level emitter is connected to the brown network but pointing at this precision export bus. I now need a piece of, I bet the only thing which we don't have, which is the good old-fashioned these bricks, stone bricks. We will grab one of those. So I always want to keep a stack of stone bricks in this here chest. So I'm going to tell this thing to switch on when the stone bricks are below, emit when the level is below 64. Okay, so there are less than 64 in here, so this is emitting. I'm going to tell this to only work when it has a signal, and export stone bricks. So what should now be happening is this thing, if I can click on the chest, is filling up with stone bricks. It will fill all the way up until it has a massive 64 stone bricks. Hopefully. I should step that on to move stack mode. And then it should be switching off. Okay, so that has not worked. Why has that not worked? Presumably this is not detecting that I have stone bricks in the system. Have I wired up that bus wrong? I can just nip that out. What the heck? Oh, that was whatever was in there, is it? I didn't know it did that. It had the dyes and stuff in there. Does that actually want to be in there? It does. Otherwise these all disconnect, which is terrible. Okay, we can take this one out though, which was also full of stuff. It would have probably been easier just to make an extra one, but I didn't. So let us see, what does the brown network think that there actually is in the system, is what I'm interested in. It thinks there is nothing in the system. The storage bus is what I want. It acts as a storage. Do I need to tell it specifically that it is allowed to store that? Ah, hang on. Set that to... No. If I tell it it's allowed any items, that now recognises it has that many in. So that has now switched off. So this is now exporting again. So let's get all of these out, and it will start filling up, because this has now detected there are less than 64 things in the system. I'm just going to pop all of this rubbish back in. Gravel, I'll actually keep the cobble. And that is fine. And what we should see this time is that it will go up to 64, and then it should stop. It has gone one over, which is because I'll set that to 63 to stop that happening. So that is fine. So you do have to tell the storage bus what it is allowed to actually store in the system. So I'm going to be allowed to effectively store 4 things in here. And I might need a little bit of creativeness to this one really doesn't want to be here. The problem is just fitting everything into a really small space. Where is my pre-configured... Do these lose? No, they don't. It's that one. If I pop it down here and spin it round so it is facing upwards, it thinks it is pink. There is clearly some method by which it determines which one it connects to first. Take you off. Put you down. Why do you think you're pink? Oops, I'm hitting all the wrong keys. Oh, come on. Yes, you don't recognise that you are in that anymore. Why do you think you're pink? You're only connected to... Do I have to actually put it facing one of these? There you go, now you recognise you're not. You are now going to face upwards like that, and that will go on there like that. And that will now work. The reason I've done it like that is so that I can run one into the back as well. That is the right one, is it not? No, I've put down completely the wrong one. And it is firing. Is that the right one? Oh, come on. 63 and a bit of stone. There you go. And emit when it's above. Thank you. This is just more trouble than it is worth sometimes. It's not really. I enjoy doing this sort of thing. So what we need now is another level emitter down here. This one is again automatically turning purple. Try again. This one is the one which was stone bricks, of course it is. So I also want cobblestone because I use cobblestone in my walls. This will have to be the wall one. So if there is less than 63 cobblestone, emit a redstone signal. So on top of that we need to attach a precision export bus, which is configured to export cobblestone when it receives a redstone signal. Oops, pop that in. Now that has connected to that, but theoretically these should not interact. Because active with signal export cobblestone. That is slightly confusing. Let's just run this one up and across. Let's try that again. This is such a small space. Why did I build this here? Right, that eliminates any collections. Is that working now? That has immediately worked. It did not like touching. Interestingly, that surely negates the point of having different colours. I do not know. Right, next up, steps. I have no stone steps. I use stone brick stairs mostly. So we are now going to configure one of these actually down here. This one will be attached to that, will it? Most probably. Why do I have all these pre-configured ones? I really don't know. How are you pre-configured? You are clearly not pre-configured. 63 of your very best stone bricks, please, sir. Emit when levels are below. So you are now emitting because there are less. And this one, if you would please only work with a signal and put out stacks of those. I can switch this over to stack mode as well. So you will now put out stacks of steps. Just like that. And we should now have 42 steps because that's probably how many I actually had. Is there anything else that I could want to put in here? I know what I do use a lot of, and that is the stone slabs. So that will be the, unfortunately, fourth and final thing I can put into this. So actually I'll put these sorts in. But it will still be exceedingly useful. So I want a level emitter there, pointing upwards. This one is looking at stone slabs and emitting when levels are below 63, as they are at the minute. And we can just probably run this one. Oh, tell this one it needs to export stacks of stone slabs when it gets a signal. And finish off just by connecting it not like that, because it really doesn't like that. That doesn't actually need to be there, does it? Oh dear. Because that is all connected up by the middle. That one is connected up by the front. That one is connected up by there, so we don't actually need most of these. We don't need you. You or you. Around the back I'm not quite so bothered. Point that in the correct direction and we can just run that, oops, that there I guess. And then we have way too many of those because that picked up for some reason. Okay, so we're now going to keep that many of each of those in there. This is good, so let's give this a quick test. I'm just going to quickly fill this back in as far as I can. Get you back out. It has made a little bit of a mess, if I'm entirely honest. Where's the marble bricks? They are there. And I have no idea if I can even remotely fill that in. There is actually a void back there, isn't there? Which I can fill in with this handy cobblestone. If I can click behind. There we go. I might not actually want to fill that in with cobblestone. I'll probably want to colour it in with the bricks. So there we go, that is a little bit messy, it looks like a bit of a bodge job, but that is actually the only way that I can do this. So I now have this chest, what I now need, and we are actually running over a bit, but that's absolutely fine, we've just got a long episode, is another ender pouch. Now ender pouches are made using this stuff, I have enough just to make one just like that. I believe that you colour these in here. Let me just remember. Okay, so I had forgotten how these worked. You do not need to colour them using dyes or anything like you do the chests. You can just hold down Shift and right click on a chest and it will set it to that chest. Right, let us get this inventory a little bit emptied. Just to clear out all of the rubbish. Did I see there was a barrel in there? Yep. And just really quickly pop this crafting terminal back. There we go. We still have a reasonable amount of stuff there. So what is the idea of this ender pouch? How does it work? Let's actually go out this way. Into the scary darkness where we have a bit of a wall which will at some point be extended. So I need some more stone bricks. I think that was a cow. I can go into this ender pouch. I can simply pluck out a stack of stone bricks, and instantly another stack of stone bricks will appear there. That means I have an unlimited supply of stone bricks which I can just pluck out as I want, which is obviously really handy. So I am, for the sake of argument, going to build this up here like this, and then realise that I want to put some different texture into it, so I want to put some cobblestone into it. I can just pick out some cobblestone from here, more appears instantly, and I can pop my cobble in the middle or wherever I'm going to put it. Then when I'm finished, I just open up the other ender pouch and click them all back. It's just a way of keeping my inventory nice and clear, and I'm really happy with that. It actually works. It is a little bit awkward, because it does mean that you can only have 4 different things in the ender pouch at once, although this one has overstocked on stone brick stairs for some reason. I'll have to fix that. But this is really handy. You can have a pouch for building stuff like this, a pouch with anything, with seeds if you're doing farming, all that sort of stuffs. So that will be it for this episode, guys. I do hope that you enjoyed it. Do like and subscribe if you did, and most importantly, I do hope to see you once again next time. Thank you and goodbye.